Okay, as we're finishing up our place value unit, I wanted to get another video out there on rounding, just to make sure, to show another method. You're going to see this is not my favorite method to teach, but it does help some students. And I'm going to show you here with the second example why it's not my favorite method, but if you're aware of this, you can still use it. Again, this is the more traditional way, but it doesn't work 100% of the time. You have to be aware of the numbers and where you are with the place values, okay? So with this column, we're going to round this number to the nearest thousand. So the first step is to go to the thousands place. That's a 3. I look to the number to the right. That's a 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 tells me the 3 is going to stay the same, and everything to the left will stay the same. Everything to the right turns to zeros, okay? I prefer this method, thinking, okay, in the thousands place, I can either round down to 13,000 or round up to 14,000, and then the 4 tells me that I'm closer to 13,000. Okay? Let's try it with this bottom problem here. Okay? So I'm rounding to the underlying digits with the hundreds place. I look and see that's a 5. So this is going to change. This is where you can get some confusion. This is going to change to a 0, and then everything stays the same, and everything to the right. Well, see, this is where you need to be aware, okay? If you're rounding up to the next number, the number can never be smaller than the number that you started with, okay? This kind of problem here starts a chain reaction. So this would become a 0, and then we go up to the next place value here, which is 10. Everything to the right turns to 0. We would round this up to 10,000. This is why I like this way, because this is 900 or 9,990. Or what's the next? It would be 10,000, and I would round up to 10,000. That's why I like thinking about it this way. However, if you're aware that if you round up and you double check it and say, if you round up, then what you round up to can never be smaller than the number that you started with. Okay? So if we just, let me slide this over. So if we look at a couple examples with decimals, okay? Get that there. We're going to round it to the nearest hundredth. Okay? So I go to the hundredths place, I look to the number to the right, that's a 5, it tells me I'm going to round up. Okay, well this will, again, if you're not, everything stays the same. See how this is smaller, this number is smaller. Here that 9 should trigger. When you're using this more traditional method, you need to be aware that 9 is going to affect other place values than the place value that you're rounding to. Okay? So this would become a 0, and then this has to go up to the next place value. Then everything else stays the same. Okay? And then everything to the right turns to zeros. As we learned, I can drop those zeros, because notice, when I had those zeros, this is the ones place, this is the tens place. If I drop those zeros, this is still the ones place, this is still the tens place. I haven't changed the place value of my number, so I can add zeros, take away zeros at the end at will, because it's not changing my place value. Can't put them in between, because I would change that to the hundredths place. Okay? But zeros at the end will not change the value. Okay, we did a lot of work on that in class. Okay, let's take a look at this last one. We go the underlying digit, we look to the number to the right. It's a 7, so that tells me this is going to go up to the next one. Everything to the left stays the same. Everything to the right goes to zeros. Again, you can leave it in this form, or you can drop the zeros off. Because if I get rid of the zeros, the place values stay the same. Okay? So use this video to help you study, help you review some of the review stuff that we're going to be going over. Okay, any questions, see me in class.